What is going on, boys and girls? It is your boy Temp Sits. Today I am on a Husqvarna 701 Vitpilen. Let's jump on. Woohoo! Alrighty, Husqvarna Vitpilen 701. Now I gotta say, I've been very interested in these bikes since I first saw them. They sort of really dropped just after I got my XSR, because otherwise I genuinely would have been pretty tempted in getting one of these myself. So the 701, and then they do also do the Vitpilen as opposed to the Vitpilen, which is the scrambler variation, and that really takes my eye. You know, like it's got that same modern Neo look but scramblerized. Very tasty indeed. But yeah, this is my first ride on the Husky. Oh, that braking's pretty tight. Now I must tell you, I've been riding around just on the boulevard for quite a while, so I'm used to that boulevard position. So I'm not sure if it's the boulevard setting me off, or if this is a very aggressive footing position. But it's a very aggressive footing position. You're very racer style, tucked in with your legs in this, which is part of KTM / Husqvarna's ethos of ready to race. I just keep struggling to find the pegs. So it's a 693 or a 692.7 cc engine, same as the Duke 690, and I think possibly even the Husky 701. Like it's the same engine but different body configuration. I believe, I could be wrong on that, but I do know it's very similar to the Duke 690. Yeah, you've got real cool tail light on it. The back end looks delicious. I think I'm actually going to try and use a bit of the styling from this on my my own personal scrambler build, because I really dig it. But man, this thing feels nice. So first impressions, just pulling up then, it's only got a single disc on the front brake, but it's stopped real nicely. Obviously I wasn't moving that fast, but it did feel quite good, quite bitey on that front brake. This footing position, very aggressive. The seat is, oh hello, almost stalled it. The seat is quite hard but feels comfy, because you're not sitting on it, you're sitting under your legs. So in the same sense that like your cycling sort of seat is hard but comfortable, it's like that in a similar sort of fashion. I think I'd struggle on any sort of long rides on this. The Vitpilen's got the clip-on handlebars, so they're very aggressive. It's been quite a while since I've had some clip-ons, but yeah, they're cool. Yeah, see that brake feels quite bitey. The bike is real peppy. It's obviously 700cc, but geez, you just roll onto it and you feel that front end come up. That's good. Let's see how she goes through the filtering. Oh yeah. It feels very short, like wheelbase wise, but I gotta say, as a 6'7" rider, this feels like a bike that was designed for someone of my height. Like, because your feet are so tucked in, this is ridiculously uncommon. It didn't happen on the XSR, it's happened on very few bikes, but my knees fit perfectly under this tank cutout, which is just unheard of for me, honestly. So that's real sick. Guys, I'm trying to do a test ride. Can we do 80? Yeah, so that is mad. Love that for me. The rear seat, it does look like there is a pillion seat, so that's good. You could get away with having someone on the back. Probably not going to be the most enjoyable ride, but it does look like a bigger seat than you get on a lot of sports bikes. Geez, even in what, third gear at 80, you just roll on, you can feel that front end just lift up. That's very enjoyable. It is an absolute pleasure to ride. Now, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of nice turny corners within the vicinity of where I am, so that makes leaning the bike over on the review a little difficult. But I might. Let's see if we can go down here and see if there's anything. Wow. But yeah, very tasty bike. So these things go for around, I think, 10 grand. This one's actually second hand. It's very basic dash on it, and it's very similar to the XSR's dash. Circular, digital, yada yada yada. But I could see the scrambler, so the Vitpilen, it's got the more upright handlebars. I could see that being a little better. You'd want to hope the peg position was a little less aggressive on the scrambler, because you'd be struggling putting your feet down all the time. But I'm not reviewing this Vitpilen, I'm reviewing the Vitpilen, and this thing, that is delicious to turn. That is great. It just moves so nicely. Front brakes, plenty of bite. This thing is light and nimble and powerful. So yeah, so what I believe is a 700cc roughly single, which is very dirt bike-esque indeed for a cycle. That's which is what they've done with the 701. It does feel a lot nippier than the 701 that I rode, and it's probably a case of, you know, different tyre, and that was a supermoto that I rode, but just different frame, different tyres, different suspension. It just feels a little more dialed in as a road bike, which is to be expected, obviously. Didn't even expect to be riding this today, so it's very nice to get a test ride in. Gotta find a few places to go test riding in Victoria. Don't think the dude expected me to be on it either, but yeah. So this is enjoyable. At 6'7", this is a comfortable bike to ride. As far as naked sports bikes go, I mean, it's never going to be as comfortable as something that's a little less aggressive, but nonetheless, I find this enjoyable. And I think probably the more you ride it, the more you get used to it. It's quite flat, but like, I don't feel like I'm too hard on my wrists either. Like for how aggressive the pegs and everything feel, I don't feel like I'm hard on my wrists. I don't feel like a hard on. That's real nice. I think it's real nice to ride. So yeah, the dash feels very very basic. Gotta figure out where in the heck I am. Ah, there we go. Yeah, this is a lovely bike. I rate this bike absolutely, and for 10 grand or so, that's a real good price for them. I mean, a new XSR is what, 12 plus. This is smaller and has 2 less cylinders, but if you were wanting to go down, and see, I don't know what the Vitpilen price is, but I'll put that up on screen now. I think that's pretty comparable, you know, for the enjoyment that can be had on this. I rate it. This gets the temp sit seal of approval. Husky, can't tell you about reliability. It is a Husqvarna, and the only experience I have with that is the one that I reviewed, the 701. Not long after I reviewed it, the engine blew. That was a brand new bike. So that's my only experience with Husqvarna. I do know that KTM stands for keep throwing money. Can't speak to the reliability of these, but I can speak to my enjoyment right now on the motorcycle, and that is high. It is very high. I rate it. This is a cool motorcycle. Damn, these things look cool. I love that rear seat. I'm gonna try and adopt that styling on my scrambler build, because it is mad, and I rate it. And yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I've been Temp Sits, you've been Golden. I've got a few other bikes lined up to review, so make sure you keep an eye on them, like, subscribe, all of that jazz. And I'll see you bad boys very soon. Temp Sits out. Peace.